welcome back to the Sports Wrap with Nick Friar. Every week talking Red Sox from CSNE.com. All right, as we entered play tonight, Sox 2 back of the AL East, but in that pole position for the top wildcard spot. 1 month essentially left in this season. Do you think this goes down to the final week where their playoff position is still in flux?
Yeah, it's going to have to, because the teams are just so close right now.
Right.
You know, the Blue Jays are still a very strong team. Even though they've been kind of messing around with their best pitcher, Aaron Sanchez, they still have J.A. Happ. So their pitching's good. And then, of course, the Red Sox bullpen has been the major issue, and that continues to be an issue. Until they get that resolved, they're pretty much on the same level as the Blue Jays anyways. Yeah,
it looks like the bullpen will be the Achilles heel. What or who has to step up for them to kind of solidify that, or do you think it's going to be hit or miss until October?
Matt Barnes has to step up. He was going strong for much of the season. I know his ERA's taken a huge hit, especially after that 5-run game where he didn't get an out.
Mm-hmm.
But Matt Barnes is the guy because he's very versatile. They're comfortable with him against righties, against lefties, long, short relief. It doesn't matter. He seems to be able to handle it all. He just has to get a little more consistent. You know, Kimbrel is good at what he does, but he can only do what he does.
Right.
I'd like Ross to continue to get a role, but outside of that, Barnes is the key in my opinion, and they need him to be what he has been.
Let's go back to last night. Rick Porcello, a league-leading 18th win. As surprising as a turnaround as probably we've seen in recent memory, how shocked are you? You know, you pitched at a high level in college, to see his turnaround and to be in contention for a Cy Young.
It's crazy. He's done so well to keep a level head, and you know, in talking to him, he's a very competitive guy. You know, if you listen to him after games and interviews, he's actually very calm. But we've seen him kind of get into it on the field with Chase Headley. But he's really got a competitive fire up there, and he's very passionate about what the Red Sox are doing right now. And it's really refreshing to hear that sort of thing out of a guy who's doing so well. And I think that's just why he's doing so well, is because he's kicked it into another gear. He's on a whole another level of how much he wants to put into how he plays.
Is he going to get a new hat before the season ends?
No, he hates that hat. He hates it. He told me he does not like it. He thinks it's disgusting, but he can't get rid of it because he pitched so well.
Yeah,
if he starts doing poorly, if you want him to get rid of his hat, Red Sox Nation, then you need him to pitch poorly. That's the way it's going to be.
I like the seasoned look. All right, two guys that have 30 home runs this year, Mookie Betts and David Ortiz. One is at the very beginning of his career, one is in the final year. More impressive season, Mookie or Big Papi?
I would say Ortiz's is more impressive because of how old he is. Mookie's is probably more surprising, though, just because we didn't expect this kind of power and run production out of him. But Ortiz is definitely more impressive just because his foot's hurting. You know, they're carting him out before games with a whole bunch of fans. People who haven't seen him in years, they want to get there goodbye. So he's having he's all over the place. Instead of just playing as a 4-year-old man with one leg, pretty much, he's also, you know, kind of a sideshow at this point.
All right, we don't have a definitive timetable for Andrew Benintendi's return, if there is one. Do you anticipate him being any sort of impact player between now and the end of the season?
Yeah, I actually saw him on Sunday, and he was wearing a compression sleeve on his knee, and I saw him leaving without one on his knee, so he's obviously feeling better. I asked him, and he gave me, you know, I'm feeling better, that's it, nothing else, with a smile, though, so he's definitely, you know, getting there. It's just he's got to get to that comfortable mental place. He can't be like Erod, who, you know, gets in his own head with his injuries.
Yeah. All right, finally, Tim Tebow had a nice little workout today for some MLB teams. As a former baseball player, are you insulted by Tim Tebow trying to be a pro baseball player?
Yeah, Mark asked me about this a little while back too. I mean, they had someone throw live to him, and I saw a video of it, and he actually made contact on one of the 6 pitches that I saw. So I mean, good for him. But you know, I see him standing there. He's got terrible posture. He looks great. Physically, he looks great. But I mean, no. I mean, Tim Tebow, you're not a baseball player. You were in high school, and that's great. Power to you for getting teams out there. I mean, that's some amazing marketing there. But you know, stick to football, pal.
And Dave Dombrowski saying today they aren't in a rush to sign Tim Tebow.
I knew I liked Dombrowski.
Yeah. All right, Nick Friar, thanks so much for coming in.
Read
him online at CSNE.com and follow him on Twitter at NGFriar. We'll have more from the Sports Wrap coming up right after this.